Senator Gallacher.
Yes, Mr President, I seek leave to take note of the initial report, recent allegations relating to conditions and circumstances at the Regional Processing Centre in Nauru, the first report to yourself. And that report, Mr President, had one recommendation. The committee draws the attention of the Standing Committee of Public Works to the Commonwealth expenditure on public works in the Republic of Nauru, not confined to the Department of Immigration and Border Protection, but across the Commonwealth, and recommends that the Department of Immigration and Border Protection ensure that all future public works in the Republic of Nauru are referred to the Standing Committee of Public Works in accordance with the Public Works Committee Act 1969. Now, Senator McDonald asked for what we would like to do, and his notion of invading Nauru will just go to the bin where it should be. But what we do know, Mr President, is there is an evidentiary and documentary trail showing that the Labor government completely honoured and followed the probity and scrutiny of the Public Works Act. We know, because we've got the two second reading speeches or the two contributions in the other place, where exemptions were sought on the basis of expediency and urgency for urgent works on Nauru. And we know that there was commitment given by those respective ministers that the Public Works Committee would be kept fully informed as to expenditure and the like on Nauru. And we also know, Mr President, that the incoming Abbott government, the Honourable Tony Abbott, Prime Minister, and his ministers have not followed that seeking exemption or expediency motion. They have simply gone on to spend enormous amounts of public money, without proper scrutiny of the Public Works Committee. And we also know that the Senator, the Minister for Finance in this place, is the only one who can give an exemption. The Minister of Finance can give an exemption to a department, and then they need to go to the other place and seek an expediency motion, an urgency motion, spell out the reasons and get on with it. They haven't done that. They have not done that. And under questioning, both at the inquiry process that we undertook, they said, well, don't worry about that because we keep the Public Works Committee informed. Well, I've got to tell you they haven't. Every time they've informed the Public Works Committee, the Public Works Committee has said to me that we've told them to put some documentation to us. Put some documentation to us. You need to follow this through. And the department has not done that. The department has not done that. And we know that, the minister, when he was Minister Morrison, on water, I don't talk to anybody, no information will be forthcoming. Well, this is not on water, this is on land. This is on Nauru. We know that a company called Canstruct has had two contracts, one for $36 million, another for $16 million, which incidentally meet the threshold of the Public Works Act scrutiny, were never referred. Never referred. So this is the grown-ups in charge. We know from the department's evidence that $1.3 billion has been spent in Nauru. We know that $450 million was spent in 10 months, $2,000 a day per asylum seeker, $1.3 million a day, $610,000 per asylum seeker to live in a mouldy tent. A mouldy tent which is called a marquee. I'll take that back. The evidence is that it's a marquee. But after 402 days, a marquee is pretty well a tent. After 402 days, the average length of time that they spend there is basically a tent, I've got to tell you. It's 10 by 12 metres, can be 6 families in there, 6 families. 10 by 12 metres, mould on the inside, in a climate the same as Darwin. And the Public Works Committee would have tested that for fit for purpose, in the public interest, value for money and the like. But it never came our way. It never came our way. And this department has got the gall to say, we have received legal advice, this is aid to another country and doesn't have to come to the Public Works Committee. Now, I'm not able to provide that legal advice today, but there'll be a point when I am. But I have seen the legal advice. And I've got to say the legal advice they've got doesn't say what they told us it said. It doesn't say that. The Public Works Committee, then the Public Works Act, has applied to every bit of construction on Nauru since this government took office, and it's been cloaked in secrecy. It has not been subject to parliamentary scrutiny. There has been no transparency about it, and it's been treated basically like the on-water matters. Don't you worry about that, we're not telling you. This culture of secrecy and lack of transparency has masked an appalling outcome. This is really bad public policy. $1.3 billion of taxpayers' money spent in an appalling way. In an appalling way. And Senator McDonald says, well, what can we do with the tiny Republic of Nauru? We have paid the Republic of Nauru $27 million, $1,000 a month for every asylum seeker as a visa. We have paid the Republic of Nauru $8 a square metre for however many hectares the detention centre is. We have poured money into a country with a GDP of $112 million. In addition to our foreign aid, which is about $25 million, we have poured money into that tiny republic. And all I'm saying, Mr President, is we could have used that influx of money to turn Nauru into a much better republic. We could have assisted, quite appropriately, with the refurbishment and improvement of their hospital, their schools. But what we've done is we've got a jail there. We've got a detention centre which has 800 guards. We're spending enormous sums of money on a very tiny tropical island as if it is them and us. I mean, these people are asylum seekers. I don't think there's any evidence that they're going to rise up and take over the community in Nauru. And when they're in a situation requiring fair and just treatment, they should be able to get it. And all I'm saying is that our incredible investment in this tiny republic should have got a better outcome. And I think as the more we talk about it, it's common sense. If we're investing huge sums of taxpayers' money, then why can't we have a win-win? Why can't the Republic of Nauru win? Why can't they have a better trained police force? Why can't they have a better legislative and magistrates area? Why can't they have a better hospital, a better school? Why can't we do all these things? And basically we can't do them because there's a culture of secrecy and the department knowing best and delivering appalling outcomes. They had to do the Moss review, and it is an independent inquiry, and the department has picked up the 19 matters. But it's they're looking after themselves. There is no evidence that they're actually up for any accountability or scrutiny. You can't get in as a journalist, $8,000 non-refundable. You can't get there to have a look at what's going on. Facebook has been closed down. All sorts of very anti-democratic measures have been taken in that place, and we're paying for it. We're paying for it. If you look at $450 million over 10 months, that's 4 times their GDP. And you're telling me we can't influence these people to provide better certainty of outcomes? That we can't even get the processing of the refugee claims speeded up? That's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. We don't need to go to war with people, as Senator McDonald alleges. We just need persistence and common sense. We are underpinning your economy. We want this to be a fair and just outcome for people. They are people after all. You might want to denigrate them and call them asylum seekers, but they are human beings. They're under our protection and control, and we have a duty to do better, not to do worse. And Senator McDonald to come in and decry the work of this committee, well, all I can say is I will just keep bringing the evidence to this place, Mr President. I will use every opportunity I can to get all of the evidence about what we're doing wrong on the public record. And the department, in this one instance, all it has to do is follow the rules of the parliament. If it's more than $15 million and it meets the criteria of the Public Works Act, refer it. We don't travel to Nauru, we have a look at what you're doing. And if you put a contention up to us, you're going to put 6 families in a 10 by 12 marquee for 2 years and you're going to spend $36 million doing it, most people on the committee of whatever political persuasion or say, I think we need to think about that. I think that that might not be the best use of taxpayers' money. And on that point, I'll rest.